Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast from May 9th through the 15th. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video after the time frame. That's just fine. You found it whenever you were meant to. Keep in mind, my dears, that at the time that I'm recording this, we're getting ready to enter Mercury retrograde, May 10th. If you're someone that you get very scared about Mercury retrograde, take a deep breath, ground yourself, and remind yourself of how many Mercury retrogrades you have survived till now in your life. I will say this, as Mercury is moving through the sign of Gemini from the 10th to the 22nd, it will be a good time to make time for mental health care, like to care for your mental health. Give yourself some mental health days. Give yourself time to process any weird worries or fears or anxieties. Work that into your schedule. Allow for that. But we're going to see what cards are coming up here for you all, for the Pisces collective. And the first card here is the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands can definitely be good news, fast-moving energy, receiving news in general. So say you have applied to something or you've submitted something, and if you've been waiting to hear back, you can expect that you're going to hear back about it this week, or that you may be receiving an answer this week on a matter that you've been waiting on. Eight of Wands can also be tapping into our passion, our drive, our fire. It can be travel. I heard adventure. So I feel like something is happening here, Pisces, that some of you are seeing as like an adventure or something that like you're excited about getting involved in, that I feel like is kind of changing things up for you or shaking things up for you in a positive way. That's the feeling and the vibe I'm getting from the Eight of Wands for you all. Now, Eight of Wands also comes in for me in my readings when sometimes like there's been delays or there's been blocks, and now those delays are out of the way. Those blocks have been removed. I also feel, and this is something coming in more intuitively, I feel, Pisces, that this may have been something you were hoping to do with another person or a group of people, but it may have taken a long time for things to fall into place. It may have taken a long time for things to finally move forward. And now that they're moving forward, you may experience that certain people are saying, well, hey, I didn't know it was going to take this long, and now I can't do it, or now I'm not available, or somebody's kind of backing out on you. Don't take this as a negative thing. This is a part of the plan. This is a part of what's going to work out best for you. So in some ways, the delays that you experienced for this to take shape or to move forward, it worked in your benefit, or it worked in your favor, in that the people that aren't meant to be involved with it, or the people who aren't meant to join you on this journey, have essentially been removed, right? So don't see it as like, oh gosh, this is bittersweet, or this is so unfair, or now it's not going to be as fun. It's happening this way for a reason, okay? That's a message that's coming in for some of you around the Eight of Wands. The next message coming up for Pisces is the Eight of Coins. And Eight of Coins is planning out the details. Eight of Coins is planning out how you're moving forward in the situation. So Eight of Coins comes up to tell us that this is not a race against the clock. There's no need to rush against or towards like this imaginary finish line, okay? This is not a race. This is time to take your time to perfect things, to carve out the details. Some of you maybe are working on, you're wanting to release something. So maybe you're self-employed and you're putting together some line of products or something new that you're wanting to put out there in market. Or if you're doing something creative, you're wanting to finish a body of work and you're wanting to release it. And Eight of Coins is saying, hey, slow down. This is better for you to really pay attention to the process and to take your time perfecting it, right? Quality, not quantity kind of situation. Also, if you are working, if you're an employed Pisces and you've been talked to, or they've kind of like told you that, hey, like they've given you a warning, Eight of Coins reminds you, take your time, pay attention to the steps, pay attention to the process, one step at a time, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Eight of Coins comes up also sometimes when we're feeling like we're wanting to invest our time or our energy into a new endeavor. Okay, so there could be something here in terms of wanting to um uh like learn a new skill, like get some kind of training or certification in a new skill, or maybe you're wanting to take some money and invest it in a tool for your business or for your work. And Eight of Pentacles says that this is going to be an investment that will pay off for you, that will be profitable for you. Eight of Wands and Eight of Coins coming in together. We have eight repeating. Eight is the number of abundance. Eight is the number of affinity. So I feel like that's being stressed for you, that abundance is your life path. Abundance is something you've come here to master. You will live an abundant life. Eight of Wands and Eight of Coins coming in together side by side can also be good news coming in for something having to do with education. So maybe some of you are being accepted to some kind of program or some kind of school. That's a really big deal for you. Or you're being encouraged to submit. Like if you've been thinking about it, you're being encouraged to submit for that program or for that school. The next card that's coming up here for our darling Pisces friends is the Strength card. Now, this could very well be Leo energy. If you have a Leo placement, there can be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. If you, some of you might be dealing with a Leo. Now, put that aside here for a second. Let's put the Leo energy aside here for a second. And let's remind ourselves of the fact that the Strength card is a major arcana card. And the major arcana cards are always going to come up when we're at a significant new beginning, when we are coming into a defining moment or a new chapter in our life. And the Strength card is about embracing vulnerabilities and going out into the unknown. Please forgive my doggy, he's snoring in the background. Going out into the unknown and discovering that not only are you going to be successful, you're going to thrive, right? You're coming out on top. And so for me, the Strength card sometimes comes up when we're having to go out into a new adventure or a chapter in our life. We're having to go out there alone. But once we're out there, we're finding our allies, our protectors along the way, right? And so what I was getting about the Eight of Wands is being emphasized for me with the Strength card. Some of you are about to embark on a journey that took a long time to get here, and now it's finally here. And you had hoped that you were going to do this with other people, but guess what? You're doing this by yourself. And it's not because you're doomed to be forever alone. It's because that which you are doing needs to be put out into the world in the way that only you could bring it, without being edited or altered or influenced by the energy of others. It needs to come through with your unedited, uninfluenced energy, okay, in your way. So this is something that a lot of you are going to be finding yourself doing something on your own. But along the way, you're finding loyal friends, loyal allies, protectors. And this is also a card that comes up for me sometimes when we might be feeling kind of sad, where we might feel like, how come there's no loyal people? How come there's nobody who's loyal, right? Like people are fake. They just tell you whatever, and then they're all flaky. And so the Strength card sometimes comes up to me to say, what comes up for me in my readings to say that once you have this relationship with yourself, where you're being loyal and committed to your goals, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, you have this relationship with yourself where you're like, look, I'm not putting myself on the back burner. I'm not giving up on me. And so this begins to mirror back to us in the relationships with the people that we meet along the way. Now we start to align with people who take us seriously. Now we start to align with people who are going to be committed and loyal to us, who are going to have our back, who are going to care about what we're doing and what, who we are and what we're, working on. They're going to take us seriously as well. They're going to be committed and loyal to us. But first, we have to have that stance with ourselves. So, Pisces, in a nutshell, a lot of you have been in the energy of like putting yourself last, putting yourself on the back burner. Maybe you've been working with collaborations with other people where you have an idea and then everybody says, no, I think this and I do that, and you're like, okay, well, I guess majority rules, and you bow to the majority on a situation or something that you're working on. And Spirit is saying no more. No more bowing to the majority. No more putting yourself on the back burner. This is to do things your way. This is to do things in the way that only you can do it, to bring it about the way that only you could bring it about, and that you are no longer going to be an afterthought in a situation or to other people, right? You're the main character. You're the main event, right? You are the heart and the soul of the show, and the show must go on. You must go on, right? So no more playing small. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here for you, Pisces. No more playing small. You're such a big being, you're such a big character, and it's time for that to shine through. And whatever your current endeavors are. The next card that's coming up for you all is the Knight of Coins, and this can very well be earth sign energy. So earth sign will be Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or someone who has earth sign placements. If you have earth sign placements, you may be focusing on those areas of your life, bringing about growth and positive change in those houses. However, the Knight of Coins is committed energy. It's commitment, as is the Strength card. So, Pisces, this is a time for you to come into commitments, personal commitments. You need to make a promise to yourself, and you need to keep that promise to yourself. No more allowing distractions to come in. No more allowing other people to come in and persuade you otherwise. You need to make up your mind, and you need to stick to it. Because the Knight of Coins comes in to tell us that the key to our success is consistency. It's not about hustling. It's not about grinding. It's not about burning the candle at both ends, right? In our current society, we're encouraged to be in this crazy, frantic energy, right? We hear the expression all the time, I'll sleep when I'm dead, right? And we see like all these things on social media about these big time entrepreneurs and famous people and moguls, and they sleep 2 to 3 hours a night, and then they wake up and they work out for 4 hours, and then they go do their business meetings, and they down their protein shakes, and they're living on the run, and like living on their feet all the time. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. That goes against human nature, right? And that's not how we're meant to live. That's not how we're designed to live, right? So Spirit is encouraging you to come out of that hustle mindset, to come out of that grind mindset. It's not necessary. The key to your success is consistency. That's it. Just be consistent. Just keep doing the work, keep taking the steps, and you're going to build something very concrete, very stable, very permanent for yourself. But you don't have to exhaust yourself in the way that you're doing it. Okay? It's not a race against the clock. You're not in a race, just consistency. One foot in front of the other, one day at a time, keep working it, and you're going to have success. And it's not going to take as long as you think. Spirit is showing me a calendar with 4 months going by. So I feel something that you're working on or trying to perfect, you will see completed in 4 months. Some goal that some of you are setting, because I spirit keeps showing me 4 months, or 4 months from now you've made massive progress that you thought you would never reach that point, and you're doing it simply just by being consistent. There's no need to tire yourself out. Spirit is giving me a sense, Pisces, that some of you are tempted to take this massive gamble right now, where you're like, well, maybe I'll quit my job and I'll really hustle at my business. And because it's sink or swim, then I'll go ahead and I'll succeed and I'll be established more quickly. And Spirit is saying, don't you do that. Don't you dare do that. Don't put yourself under that kind of stress. It's not necessary, right? Just be consistent. That's it. Just be consistent. Be consistent. That's all you need to do. One day at a time, one step at a time. This is not something to rush, okay? This is not something to panic and try to race against the clock. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you click on the link in the description of this video, it will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's also love readings for May are linked in the description of this video. If you want to check those out, those of you who are interested in love and romance. And of course, don't forget the daily card of the day. A lot of people have been asking me to do that, just to have a message as they're going into the day, a spiritual message, a spiritual thought. And many of you have been finding that helpful. So if you haven't checked out the card of the day, make sure that you come back to the channel and check that out as well. It's free, so why not, right? I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week ahead, my darlings. Take care, Pisces, and be well.